From the UC Health Training Center, welcome to Training Camp Live, powered by Ford. Brought to you by BetMGM, Bud Light, UC Health, and by U.S. Bank.
Day 16 at the UC Health Training Center for Broncos Training Camp. The final day at this location before a change of scenery. The Broncos headed up to Empower Field at Mile High for their final practice of training camp. The defense has stolen the share of the headlines so far, so who better than one of the Broncos' best defenders of all time to break it all down with Steve Atwater. Steve Foley, the safety from those great Orange Crush defenses. He'll be along on 27 Hall of Fame Plaza. But welcome in to UC Health Training Center, everybody. This is Broncos Training Camp Live, powered by Ford. I'm Matt Boyer. Sidney Jones, Phil Milani, Steve Atwater, and Steve Foley will all be along in just a moment. A couple of quick notes to get to on today's practice. Today's practice scheduled to run between 2 hours and 15 minutes and 2.5 hours. Broncos are scaling things back a little bit. They're not in pads. They're not in shells. It's just going to be helmets, shirts, and shorts. So tomorrow's practice is expected to be a little bit more intense because Coach Fangio wants to simulate that game-type atmosphere. They're going to practice at night at 7:30. They're going to kick the ball off, similar to how they did last Saturday. So expect a bit more of a game atmosphere tomorrow for the Broncos. Another big note to get to, and some of you might have already seen it, the Broncos making their first trade of training camp yesterday, trading away Isaac Yiadom in exchange for a 7th-round pick. Now, yesterday we heard from head coach Vic Fangio, and he said that he liked what he saw from Isang Bassi taking the nickel reps with the first team during practice yesterday, and so it looks like they were a big fan of what they saw because, again, Yiadom was in position for that third cornerback spot. However, it looks like that competition will now fall to Michael Ojemudia, Devontae Bosby, Devontae Harris, and Isang Bassi. So it looks like it's going to be about a four-man race there. All right, Broncos Country, we've been hearing from you guys all camp long. We appreciate you guys tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter every single day. And we've been hearing that you guys want to get involved in week one, and we have something for you. The Broncos have put together a package. If you go to denverbroncos.com/cutouts, you can take a photo of yourself, donate $100. Now, that money is going to go towards Broncos charities. A lot of these charities are helping folks out during the COVID-19 pandemic. So all of the money is going to a good cause, but make sure you go to denverbroncos.com/cutouts if you want to take a photo of yourself and have it be in the bowl at Empower Field at Mile High on night one. So if you can't be there in person, at least you can be there in cardboard form for a good cause. And if you're on Twitter today, Broncos Country, make sure to reach out using the hashtag Broncos Camp. You can also reach out to Steve Atwater at Steve Atwater 27. We love hearing where you guys are watching from, whether that be London, Mexico, Argentina. I think we've gotten to Guam already. So, I mean, Broncos Country is worldwide, and we love hearing from you guys. So make sure you use the hashtag Broncos Camp. Let's head down now to 27 Hall of Fame Plaza. It looks like practice is about to get underway. And today, seated on the stage is one of the best defenders in Broncos history. The safety from those famed Orange Crush defenses, Steve Foley, is the all-time leader in interceptions for the Denver Broncos. Played for the Broncos from 76 to 86. So many great moments, including, as you just saw, beating the Raiders en route to the Broncos' first Super Bowl appearance. Steve Foley, Broncos legend, is seated next to Steve Atwater. And Steve, I know you agree with me on this, that there is nothing that quite warms the heart like incomplete passes from Ken Stabler, and Steve Foley is in the passing lane.
Incomplete interception. Thanks, Matt Boyer. Appreciate it.
We didn't have that chant. That would have been fun.
When did that come in?
I don't know. I don't know how long ago that came in, but that's one of the best chants in football.
Yes,
Incomplete.
I don't know if they would say that on an interception, though, right? Would they?
No.
Yeah, it was said on the page.
I don't know what they'd say then, but they'd go nuts. So.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show, Steve.
Yeah, good to be here, Steve.
Yes. Thank you.
Beautiful day. You got the seat of all seats. This is great, man. This is a great way to.
That's the seat. We built this platform for that seat over there. Your seat. The legend seat.
Yeah, right.
Is it comfy enough for you?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I'm ready for these guys to get started. Let's do something.
Yeah. So what positions are you looking forward to watching the most today?
Well, being a defensive back, you kind of like to watch the guy's footwork, and just see how they move and recover and.
So you looking more at the DBs?
All that stuff. Yeah, I do. But of course, with Bradley Chubb and Von Miller, I love those two guys, and I love watching them. See, that's a defensive back's dream, is to have guys like that can put pressure, because the quarterback's not just going to sit back there, and you can only cover guys for so long, and then you got to have some pressure. And with those two guys, you got the best pass rushing duo in football.
Yeah, well, you had to have some pretty good pass rushers too, man. 44 interceptions. I mean, that's a big number.
Well, you just got to stay. You got to stay healthy. I missed a year in 1982. I broke my arm in the first game of the season. Missed 1 year, but other than that, I had no knee injuries. To this day, I don't have any problems with knees, hips, shoulders, or anything. So, plus I played with a group of guys that were, with Tom Jackson, Bob Swenson coming off the edge. Those guys were great. We put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, so that helps.
You had to squat a little bit.
I didn't squat. Louis could squat. Louis Wright could squat because he could make it up. When I was playing corner, now at free safety, there's no squatting, but you could, when you had a blitz on, you knew the ball was coming out fast,
yes.
So you could make fast breaks and be anticipatory in that regard. But man, Louis could play makeup. I had to stay a little more reserved. I didn't like getting beat deep.
Oh, okay, all right. So what do you think about this year's secondary, the safeties in particular? We got Justin Simmons, who's coming off the year. I thought he should have made the Pro Bowl last year. Didn't make the Pro Bowl. Had some contract stuff going on prior to the season starting. They decided they're going to table it. They're going to address it after the season. He and then Kareem Jackson, the hard hitter from the Houston Texans, came in last year, proved that he can play. He can play safety. He can hit. He can cover. He can do it all. But from your perspective, what did our safety and defensive back play look like last year?
I liked it a lot. And Justin Simmons is one heck of a safety. If he can stay, injury-free, have a long career, he's going to be a great player. He's a great player now. And so he'll get that big contract. Just stay healthy, and, he'll get all that worked out. And Kareem Jackson's a big hitter, like you said, and can cover. So I like the defense. But the defense is always going to be ahead of the offense this year. So you really want to.
Wait, why do you say that? Why do you say the defense could be because they've been there, or?
Well, number one is you got established players at pass rushing positions in Bradley Chubb and Von Miller, and then you got good defensive backs. You got good fast linebackers that can run to the football, and so you got a proven defense. I'm sad that we lost Chris Harris in the offseason. I mean, we'd have an exceptional, but one of these guys, Bouye can replace Chris Harris, and if there's not much of a drop-off, or maybe even maybe even a boost. You never know from year to year. So, but defense typically is you put them on the field, and they're just running the football, creating chaos. Offense takes a lot of rhythm and cohesiveness and a lot more repetition, which you're not getting this year as much in preseason games and everything to kind of hone your cohesiveness as a unit. It just always has. I played quarterback through college, and we were always behind the defense starting off. But once you hit stride, which this year, it favors the teams with established offenses, no new offensive coordinators. We're putting in a new offense this year for the Broncos, and that it's just going to take time.
Okay, but you're saying, though, if just say it were reversed and the offense had been here for a couple of years and, the defense was just starting over, then would you give the offense – would you say, all right, the offense is going to be a little bit ahead?
I would definitely say that.
Yeah, okay.
I would definitely say that and they'd probably be neutral. But me personally, I would rather have a top-notch, tried and true offense like Kansas City's got. They're not missing many guys. They're going to hit stride faster, I think, than a team that's putting in a new offense. But the wild card is we got such a good defense. We could be a top 3 defense. We should be in the league, and that's going to hold you and keep you in every game, and until the offense can catch up. So
were you on teams where you had a great defense and the offense didn't score as many points?
Yeah.
If you were, how did you take that as a defensive player? I mean, were you guys supportive of the offense, or did you guys sometimes get upset at the offense?
You can't get upset at the offense. They're doing their best. They're playing just like you are. When we had a great defense, you got to encourage the offense. Although we started something on defense saying it's a little bit tough for the offense to score. So if we get a turnover, we're going to lateral, and we called it the West Coast weave. Mm-hmm. And you would see us lateraling 2, 3, 4 times to try and get to the end zone to help whatever we could do.
Like it.
And we had a mindset that we're going to score on defense, we're going to make turnovers, and we're going to score, and that helps everybody.
See Pat Shurmur there, going over to talk with Drew Lock. Coming over from the New York Giants, he worked with Daniel Jones last year, and I thought their offense did better than I expected them to do last year as well. So I think this offense, from looking at it, it looked like it's going to be an explosive offense. It's just really a matter of how quickly the guys can pick it up, how soon they can be super explosive, because I think we have the weapons there. You see them talking with Drew Lock there.
Yep. We definitely loaded up in the offseason on explosive weapons with Jerry Jeudy and other guys, and so that guy right there, if he could be a superstar if gets off to a good start. Of course, that dictates that you have a long career as well. So injury plays a factor in that. But looking at his skills in training camp, it's getting him not to miss an assignment in crucial situations on third down, and for Drew Lock to have total confidence that all of his receivers are going to be right where they need to be. And that's why experience and cohesiveness means a lot. Everybody trusts each other that they're going to be where they need to be when the chips are down.
So coming from a guy who is the Broncos all-time leading interceptor with 44, I only have 24, man. You got me beat by 20. Come on, Steve.
Well, hey.
You had to do it, huh?
Nah, I'm like, hey.
But from your point of view, what did quarterbacks do that made your job more difficult?
If you had experienced quarterbacks, the thing from corner is more totally just a reaction. You got to be quick and be able to react fast. It's not the anticipation that you got at safety. But good quarterbacks like Kenny Stabler, Terry Bradshaw, Burt Jones, these guys, they could throw the ball with such precision. I remember Kenny Stabler throwing a ball. I was playing corner, and I'm in a cover 3, so I'm reading the quarterback. And I see him go on a throw, and my receiver's still pushing me downfield. I'm not out my back pedal yet, but I'm like, where is he throwing that ball? And I'm like, is he? And he throws it, and the receiver took 2 more steps, stopped. When he turned around, that ball hit him right in the not to the left, not to the right. Stabler was probably the most precise passing quarterback that I ever played against. He was just phenomenal.
I talked to Champ Bailey, and he told me the exact same thing. I was like, what is that makes a great quarterback? He said, more than anything, being able to throw super accurate passes. Not to the left, not to the right, not high, not low, right in the chest. Because normally he's like, I'm right there, but if he puts it right on the money, I'm going to have a hard time even, getting a pass breakup.
That and a quarterback, young quarterbacks have a tendency to look right where they're going to throw, especially when pressure's coming. So if we had a blitz on and I'm playing safety, I'm going, all right, the first place he looks, he's going to be getting pressure, I'm going. I'm ready to go, because he doesn't have time to survey the field because we got big pressure coming. And at least you hope he doesn't. But 99% of the time, he's going to go with that first look. And young quarterbacks won't look off safeties, but the experienced guys, they'll look off.
Yeah.
And you can't go until you know he's ready to throw.
Sometimes you can bait those guys.
Yeah.
See Von Miller and Bradley Chubb over there.
That's your best friends on defense.
Yes.
That's the guys you want to buy good dinners for, get to know them. You love those guys.
Now, it looks like Von has his helmet out, but I think Bradley's taking another day with that knee just to make sure that it's ready to go by next week.
Yeah, I saw last night on the news that they gave Von the day off, but he'll be back today.
Okay. Yeah, man, Von, he's got a whole different mindset this year. And I'm sure you've heard the story about him watching The Last Dance, and also with Kobe Bryant's death, and all of the videos that he saw about how Kobe was, the type of leader that he was. Man, he wants to take his game to another level, especially in the leadership part of it. And I thought that was really interesting and really big of him, especially a guy who has accomplished as much as he has throughout his career.
Well, the greatest superstars in every sport, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, they had superstar talent, which a lot of guys do, but they had superstar work ethic, and you couldn't outwork them. And when you put those two together, you get these legends, which Von Miller could be a legend. He's one of the greatest to play, but to see that type of dedication and leadership, if he takes that through his whole career, he's going to be one of the great legends of the game.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that he's looking to get better, as good as he is, as great as he is.
Yeah, I'm going to try to watch number 52, Justin Hollins, too. He was moved from the outside to the inside. He's working with the inside linebackers. They also brought in Mark Barron, who's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The last couple of years, originally drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first-round draft pick. So it's going to be interesting to see how that position turns out come Saturday as well. Because, man, Justin Hollins, fourth-round draft pick last year, moved him on the inside some last year, but moved him back to the outside. Anxious to see. I liked him more at the inside linebacker position than I did at the outside line. I don't know why. He's a big, tall guy, but he seemed to make more plays at the inside.
Okay, and I haven't had the chance to really watch him, but if they moved him outside, he must be a good cover guy.
Yeah, no, they moved him inside.
They moved him inside.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I mean, he was on the edge with but he's behind Bond and Bradley and Jeremiah Adechu and Malik Reed. They got a lot of guys out there.
Well, they got fast linebackers. I know that, and they can run. And how's Todd Davis doing?
Yeah, I think he's still.
How's his injury?
He's still sitting out. I think. I think it's getting better. It's fortunately not as serious. No, actually, he is practicing. He's practicing today. He went out yesterday too. He got a little bit of work in yesterday. I'm not sure if he's full speed yet or not. But yeah, he's been working his way back in slowly.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of speed too. He runs the football.
Yeah, like his physicality.
Yeah, he makes some great plays. So I think we're solid on defense. Like I said, I mean, if everybody stays healthy and these guys are hungry, and you've played on 2 Super Bowl teams. I mean, you know what it's like when you hit that chemistry, when you just everybody expects the best from everybody.
Right.
And it's lightning in a bottle. You can't produce it, or everybody would. It
just happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
But it's the players that create it and what they're doing. And it takes a group of guys to do it, and so man, you get that mojo.
When does it start? Like
when
does it start, and when do you know that you have it?
I think that you got it when you're playing and you take a bad beat and you come back and you drub somebody and you just have confidence. And so losing does not promote confidence. When you're winning.
Right.
And you guys, when you went to those and won those 2 Super Bowls, you were winning.
Yeah.
You had offense, defense, you were loaded, but you had great attitudes, and you knew it.
Yeah.
And once you know it, you play like it, and you play up to your potential.
You find a way to win.
You find a way to win.
Yeah.
And if you happen to lose, that's just an anomaly. That shouldn't have happened. We know we're a great team. And I remember we got the dog beat out of us by Kansas City in Kansas City when we had a great team and we were going we played 14 games that year. And we might have gone 12-2 or 11-3, and we got beat by Kansas City. And Joe Collier, we came to the meeting room, and he looks at us. Probably one of the greatest speeches of a defensive coach that I've ever heard, because he was a man of few words. But he looks at us and he goes, I don't know what happened in that game. He said, we're not going to watch film because I don't think we can learn anything from it. You guys have a great defense, not a good one. You guys are great. I never expect you to play like that again. And we went on. We just left the meeting room and we beat the crap out of, can I say that? We beat the dog out of somebody next week.
Right.
And we continued on. And it was his expression to us that he felt like he didn't know what happened, but we were great. And we believe we were great. But when your coach believes you're great and you act like it,
so how do you think
it happens.
The team would have reacted if he would have come back and just, let you guys have it?
I still think we'd have beat the dog out of the next team because we knew we were good.
Yeah.
Because we weren't losing much. But when you lose, you start to question everything. The fingers start pointing, and guys can, in locker rooms. I've never been on a losing team at Denver, so I don't know what that's really like. We had winning seasons from my rookie year on. And at least 50%. So we never had a losing season in the 11 years that I played. So
how many people can say that?
Well, you didn't have many, if you had any.
Yeah, I think I had 1 or 2.
Yeah, but that's not many.
Yeah.
Denver's not used to losing.
Oh yeah.
In the last 30 years, and so. When fingers start pointing, you lose the chemistry. The chemistry goes out the window. The excitement goes out the window. You're looking to maybe get the season over, go home. And, luckily for us, for you, for me, we didn't have those type of experiences much.
Yeah.
So it's good to play on a winning team.
Oh, man.
It's fun. Like they say, winning solves all the problems. That same game, if you'd have lost, there'd be all kind of people going, yeah, you should have done this, you should have done that. You win it, and it's like, yeah, you can do that better. You can do that better. Great job, because you won.
Hey, Bryce Callahan there in the picture. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Again, he's not a big in terms of physical size. He's not a big corner, but he plays big.
And that's all that really counts is how you play. He plays big. He's quick. He's got good experience. He knows what he's doing. So, hey, same with receivers. You get these little 5'9", 5'10" receivers that are always open. You get the prototypes that are 6'3", 6'4".
Can run like a deer.
Run like a deer, and they all produce.
Remember, everybody, you guys can tweet us at Broncos. You can tweet us at. That sounds funny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
at Steve Atwater 27. This is even easier. You can tweet us at hashtag Broncos Camp.
That's easier.
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
Hashtag Broncos Camp.
Yeah, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you feel about the Broncos in this season. Let us know where you're tweeting from. You guys have been tweeting from all over the world. We appreciate you tuning in. We got people from Wales, France, Italy, Puerto Rico,
Comment allez-vous?
the UK, and Kauai.
That's
Wow.
nice.
And we appreciate you tuning in. Steve, tell us a little something that most people don't know about Steve Foley that, you know.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind when you said that, I'm one of 13 children.
Where are you?
I am 7th in the lineup.
Wow, you're right in the middle.
Right in the middle, 6 older, 6 younger. I had enough of them to discipline me and enough that I could discipline. And growing up,
13.
So I had 2 other brothers, actually 3, that played with me at Tulane at the same time. But my younger brother didn't really go on and play. But I had an older brother that was a center. I was a starting quarterback. My one brother that's 1 year older than me was my starting wide receiver.
No.
And yeah, it was.
That was Foley you.
Hey, Sports Illustrated did a little deal, Foley to Foley to Foley.
That's right.
It was fun times, and that was 10 blocks from where I grew up and where we lived. So it was fun playing. We had a lot of competition. That's where I probably got my competitive spirit.
I hope you guys were all on scholarship, man. I hope you guys didn't do that to your parents, boy.
Oh, believe me, my dad was an accountant, a CPA. You thought he'd have been able to count better, and but with 13 of us, we all had to have scholarships. We couldn't pay for that with 13 kids. No way. We worked our way in high school. We all had to work at the high school. We went to a good high school, Jesuit high school. But
you worked at the high school?
Well, lunchtime and stuff like that. You serve lunches and everything, which we liked.
Okay. Because
we got to get a lot of extra food at lunchtime.
There you go.
And but yeah, we were helping. Tuition then was $900, but back then it was still, we couldn't afford with 13 kids. Right. And my father wanted us to get a good education, so he said, "You guys work wherever they tell you to work." And so we did.
Don't ask any questions.
No, it's like go there, and I'm thankful and appreciative, and we didn't mind it at all. So.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I always remember that.
Yeah, we never had to have many friends over to get into a game.
Yeah.
We just break out with, and our sisters could play. Shoot, my older sister she beat the tar out of me if I got out of line. So.
All right, Steve, we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
We're going to toss it over to Phil Milani. He's over with quarterbacks coach Mike Shula.
You've worked with Pat Shurmur for many years. Where do you feel like everyone is during this install period? You mentioned the off season being so non-existent, really.
Yeah, I think the offense is under Coach Shurmur. In addition to the quarterbacks, I think every day it's guys are feeling more comfortable. And guys, when you say that, guys. As well as Drew, they do a good job of knowing what to do and knowing what we're asking them to do. When I say comfort, I'm talking, to me, it's more about the split second reactions to the different defenses you're going to see, because you're going to see a lot of good defenses each and every week. And, there's all these little, and you'd like to be able to say you're going to prepare, for every single look, but you won't. But that's the beauty of coaching and playing, is that you want to be able to react in a positive way when things aren't exactly how you've taught them, or defenses change up a little bit. And I think each and every guy on the offense has done a better job that way.
Last one for you here, Coach. During the coronavirus pandemic and everything, how important is it that not just Drew's ready to go, but the quarterback's behind him as well?
Yeah, well, number one, he'll be ready to go, and he'll be ready to play winning football for the Monday night opener. So now it's and the other guys, I think it's the importance of just continuing to build on the things that they've done well, and be fast learners, correct the things that they haven't done as well, and keep coming together each and every day as an offense.
Mike, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot.
Let's go to Sydney Jones now.
Thanks for that, Phil. Now, Broncos fans, if you're just now tuning in, we are doing social media giveaways on our live show every single day. And now it's time to announce the winner of yesterday's prize, which was a practice-worn jersey signed by Courtland Sutton himself. And the lucky winner of that is Corey Blanton. Congratulations, Corey. Now, Broncos fans, if you haven't won yet, no worries, because we have one more prize to give away, and that's going to be another practice-worn jersey. So if you want to be selected for that, you must text the words Ford Jersey to 39970. We're going to be announcing the winner on tomorrow's live show, which will take place at Empower Field at Mile High tomorrow night, so make sure to tune in for that. Now, another way to get featured on our live show, Broncos fans, is to tweet at us using the hashtag Broncos Camp. We'll be featuring tweets over the next day, so make sure to be on the lookout for those. Now, another day of camp means another camp confessional, and this time we had the opportunity of catching up with Mark Barron, Broncos' newest linebacker. He detailed what his transition has been like to Denver.
What's up, Broncos Country? This is Mark Barron, and this is my Broncos Camp confessional. I feel like they've been going well. Just trying to get acclimated to a few different things, to a number of things. Obviously, coming to Denver and doing any type of physical activity in Denver, you got to get acclimated to the altitude. So that's one thing. Then I have to learn a new scheme. So I'm busy with that. Everybody's been cool. I've just been kind of, just keeping the scene, seeing what's going on in the locker room, getting a feel for the vibe in the locker room, seeing how everybody operates.
They thought today was the off day.
Definitely have some good memories of KJ on the field. Damn good player. I always like the style of play, and I can see that he's still doing what he does. Off the field, I got some good ones too, but I probably should keep those to myself. I'm Mark Barron. Thanks for watching my Broncos Camp Professional.
Now, I know all of you at home aren't able to attend training camp in person this year and aren't able to see some of your favorite Broncos, but you all have been doing a great job welcoming the players out onto the field on our virtual fan cam every single day, and you did it again this morning. Take a listen. Now, due to COVID-19 this year, the Broncos' annual 7K will be happening virtually this Labor Day weekend. All participants can either run or walk their own 7K anywhere in Broncos Country territory. Now, for more information on that and to learn how to register, you can visit broncos7k.com, and all the proceeds will be benefiting the Broncos charity's COVID-19 relief efforts. All right, Broncos fans, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, you'll be joined again by Steve Atwater and Steve Foley.
Training Camp Live, powered by Ford, is brought to you by All Copy, Empower Retirement, King Supers, and FanDuel.
All right, welcome back to Training Camp Live, powered by Ford and Broncos' all-time leading interceptor, Steve Foley. Sticky hands Foley.
Sticky hands. Well, you know what? You only get so many of those opportunities. You don't want. You know what our coach used to say when Louis would drop one, or I'd drop one, or somebody would drop one? He goes, "So you don't want to be a hero? You don't like being a hero in the game, huh? You just satisfied with being just so. You don't
nice
embarrass us like."
Yeah. Play that mental game, right?
Oh yeah.
Steve, this year's like no other.
Oh man.
COVID going on. No fans here at training camp. We've never seen that.
It's crazy.
Did you have any obstacles? I doubt anything was on this level.
No,
I mean, what kind of obstacles did you have?
Well, the year that I did get hurt and sat out the year, we had a strike, which is unusual.
Yeah.
You know, and the players are pitted against each other, and you know, some guys want to play, and some guys want to sit out and try and get the best deal that they can. But in 1982, we had a big strike, and I was a proponent of free agency ever since I came in the league. And back at that,
you never saw it.
You never saw it. You never saw it, because that's where the big money came in, when you could shop your talent. Although I loved playing in Denver my whole career. Nice pass there.
Yeah.
Who is that? That's Cortland?
Yeah, Cortland Sutton catching passes down the field.
Well, yeah, he got ahead of him pretty good, man. He's got some great speed.
Yeah, and just so you all know, we're not showing formations. We're not showing plays. We got a game in just over a week.
Oh, we're
not showing formations. We're not even showing who all's on the first team, second team, third team.
Well, when we were playing, we actually saw a guy, and we know it was from the Raiders during a big game, on a building next to us, was laying down and was filming practice.
No.
It would be like somebody on one of those buildings. We saw him, and we sent somebody over there to get him off the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who noticed him?
Oh, we all did. We were sitting there going, man, there's a guy on the roof over there filming.
Oh, man.
But this is back in the day when they didn't have, internet or anything like that. Or
you guys are about 58th, right?
Yeah, off 58th. And
I went up there, a couple months ago, walked around. Yeah, it's crazy just seeing how
it was depressing for you, huh?
It's just crazy to see that, the facility, the land, the old locker room, all that stuff is still there, but it's something totally different now. And just, reminiscing on what it was back in the day.
It was nothing like it is today, it is really great to see. I mean, these facilities are phenomenal, and football's just gotten to be such a huge market. I mean, the TV markets and that, and how many billions of dollars is produced, and it's the biggest sport in probably the world.
Yeah.
So I know some soccer fans would beg to differ, but this is the football we talk about, but soccer's getting big over here too.
So Steve, we were talking about this before we came on air live, just how this team has a lot of youth, a majority of the positions. The quarterback position, Drew Lock, he's in his second year. First year.
Yeah.
Also, Brett Rippon's in his second year. And then Jeff Driscoll is the veteran on the team going into his fifth year. How do you think that's good? Think it's bad? You think it's
You know what? I think they've finally decided for the past I don't know how many years, but for the past bunch of years, we've been looking for a quarterback, and we've been having backups come in, and we had Joe Flacco last year, and things didn't work out as good as we thought they could have, but he's a designated quarterback, and that gives him a shot of confidence, and that it's his team, and you get to build on a guy like Drew Lock, and he's got the skill set to build on. So he's going to take some early career drubbings, and it's how he reacts to that, how he comes back. If he doesn't let it bother him, where his confidence is shot. You know, as a defensive back, Johnny Robinson, who got inducted last year, was my first coach when I went from quarterback to defensive back. And he said the biggest thing about becoming a pro football player and getting run out of the league is up here.
Right.
It's in your mind. He said you're going to get beat. These offenses and quarterbacks are way too good. You're going to get beat. It's what you do after that. If it bothers you, if it makes you timid, if it makes you afraid to make a mistake, you probably won't make it.
Yes.
So you got to let it go. You got to tell yourself, I'm a great defensive back. That play sucked.
Yes.
But I'm great.
And you know, it's crazy because that applies to life. Right?
It does.
I mean, you know,
directly.
A lot of people try to go out and be perfect. Think you're not going to be perfect.
No.
You're going to have some mistakes, and don't be so hard on yourselves.
Michael Jordan had a quote that said, the reason I've been so successful is because I've failed so many times.
Oh,
he said, you can't imagine how many times I've taken that last shot and it not go in.
Yeah.
He said, but I want to take that last shot. It never shaken my confidence. I've failed so many times, but that's why I've been successful. It's been one step towards my success.
Wow.
And he's not afraid to fail. You can't be afraid to fail.
Yep. All right, at the running backs position, same way. I mean, we got Andrew Beck. He's in his second year. And, you know, it's going to be interesting with him because he's kind of a running back and tight end. And I think he's a really good football player. He's hard-nosed. But he's versatile. Can play, again, both the tight end and Shelby Harris. Nice hustle. Play the tight end position and the running back position. So we'll go down to running backs. Levante Bellamy, rookie out of Western Michigan. Maybe a practice squad guy, especially considering, you know, we got three solid running backs in Royce Freeman, Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay. And obviously it'll be Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay taking the bulk of the carries and getting the bulk of the receptions. But still, that's a young room. The oldest person in the room is Melvin Gordon in his sixth year, and everyone else is 3 years or less.
Yeah, but man, that's a stacked position at running back. Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay, oh man, and Royce Freeman.
Right. They
all bring a little different dynamic, and so, man, if they can stay healthy, again, everything is staying healthy in this league to go to any place deep in the playoffs or to win games. You got to have your players healthy.
And that's been the thing with Melvin Gordon over his career with the Chargers. He hadn't been able to stay healthy, and man, just hoping that he can do that here and to have him and Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman all be able to go, man. It's going to be something special.
Well, I think this lends itself to helping Melvin Gordon stay healthy in that you can put a Phillip Lindsay in, and you're not gonna miss a beat. He's a different type of runner, but you got different players as well as Royce Freeman, so you can spell him, give him a break, not overload him, and hopefully that keeps him healthier.
Yeah. Also, Jeremy Cox, running back in his first year out of Old Dominion, saw him when they had on pass the other day blocking. Oh man, this guy! I don't think he let any of the linebackers get by.
And that's great. Every quarterback loves that in third down when you know they're bringing the heat. You got to have good blockers in there, and so hopefully he does well. How many running backs will they keep?
That's a good question. I'm guessing 3 to 4. I mean, if you consider Beck a running back / tight end.
Well, he could play two positions. That's nice.
Yeah. So in my mind, I think Beck will be one of those 4, and then 3 others, and 1 or 2 of those guys will probably go to the practice squad.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we're loaded all the way down. You got guys that can step in and play big time football. So we're in good position starting off the season there.
And then wide receivers, come on, Cortland Sutton, he and Deshaun Hamilton, Tim Patrick in his third year, they're the oldest receivers on the team.
I know, but man, is there some talent there?
Oh man, they can go.
There's some talent
and
at the wide receiver position.
And fortunately, they came in, they learned. Emmanuel Sanders was here. Deshaun Hamilton and Cortland Sutton's first year. Also, Demaryius Thomas. So they got a chance to learn from some of the veterans, and they're kind of taking the reins, and they themselves are leaders on the team now, and that's always good when you can be a leader when you've been led.
Well, and it bodes well for our offense because these guys are so young. They're only going to get better, and they got a lot of skill. So once that gets honed and these guys are in the league 3-4 years, man, they're gonna be something to watch. And hopefully Drew Lock is man, I'm watching his arm. He's really got some zip in his arm. He can throw the ball and he can move.
Yes.
He can move and get out of trouble. And I love his demeanor. He's got that smile on his face and nothing seems to rattle him. And if he can keep that position, that attitude, that'll go well for him. Because I think the worst thing, Steve, what do you think about when you see a quarterback walking off the field with his head down?
No, I don't like any player. I don't want to see any player do that.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Even if you get our coach used to tell us, if you get beat for a touchdown as a defensive back, don't just run in after. Get out the frame.
Get out the picture.
Get out the picture. Don't be there so everybody can. Oh, who is that? That's Steve Foley got beat.
You're not chasing him in the end zone, I was thinking.
Yeah. No.
All right. Steve Foley, here's a question from Saudi Arabia. Arabia.
You know what? You got to get with a name like that, with Prince. You got to give him a chance.
Yeah. Do you think we should sign Prince Amukamara? And he played with Vic Fangio in Chicago.
I know he's a good player.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think we should? I mean, we got corners, man, with who we've seen. The coaches know.
Well, you know what? It depends if they think he's better than what we got. You know the game, Steve. It's the most competitive business in the world. Is that their job, the team's job, is to look for somebody better than you.
Always.
And if they can find you, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and if they can improve at each position, they're going to, and they should. That's what the fans want to see as a great team. So if he's better,
but the thing is that one of the biggest problems with this season is guys having not been in the system and trying to learn all the nuances of the defense. Well, he's played in the system. He knows that part of it. The question is, talent-wise, is that a bigger benefit to have a guy like that who has played for you a few years ago, or a young guy who has potential?
Well, if he's got potential and he's got maybe more potential than Prince does, yeah. But if you're looking for guys that can come in, and if this becomes a win now team like it was under Peyton Manning, let's win now. I don't think any of the guys want to wait to win. Everybody's competitive. They want to win now.
Yeah.
As a player. So it just depends on his talent level. And Vic Fangio knows that well.
So what are your expectations of this year?
Man, they're high.
Okay.
They're high. I'm expecting Drew Lock to pick up where he left off, winning 4 out of 5 games. I think he's got the attitude. He didn't play like a rookie last year.
Yeah.
He played like a veteran. He had the attitude, the persona of a veteran, which is more important than even his experience level. He played like he had way more experience than he did. And you see him moving right there, throwing on a run. He gets out the pocket as a last resort, not as a first resort. He gets out when he doesn't see his first receivers going. So I got high expectations for this team. Defense is going to be set. I think they're going to bring their game, and if they don't have any serious injuries to the key players, they're going to be top notch. And so the offense, we loaded up in skill positions. So unless you got injuries, if you don't have a lot of injuries, we're going to be in every game we play. Every game.
So what do you think our weaknesses are, if any? I think every
experience.
Yeah. Hey.
It's just, have you been in those positions? Have you been, you got young players like Patrick Mahomes, but he's been in the big spots there. Like that. That doesn't get any easier.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to catch those.
Our coach would say, hey, so you don't want to be a hero. Why not?
Right.
Explain to me why you don't want to be a hero.
Yeah, we had a drop pass out here. And that happens sometimes.
He's paying for it.
Doing his push-ups. I like that.
I like that. That's accountability.
That's right.
So, and for that, hey, the best in the business do that. It's how you come back. You don't let that repeat. You don't have that voice talking in your head. Don't drop this. You got a voice that says, catch this when this is touchdown. So experience level, if they can get past that with early wins, I think it builds on itself, and there's nothing that can there's nothing that outpaces experience. I mean, it's anything.
Now, a week from Monday night, we're going to be going up against the Tennessee Titans.
We're playing on Monday night, the first game?
First Monday night game of the season.
I love it.
And you probably saw the highlights from last year with big Derrick Henry.
Oh.
The big running back.
Running downhill. Oh, yeah, man. Well, that's why I like our
So, how would you approach preparing to tackle a big bruising back like that, and you haven't really tackled anybody?
Well, maybe
they thudded up some. I can't say they haven't tackled.
They'll be fresh legs.
They'll be fresh, yeah.
They'll be fresh, and they'll be looking to hit somebody. So, let me tell you, they better bring their game. Our defense better bring their game, because they better strap it on with Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Because that's a big offensive line, and they run downhill.
And last year when we played them, we held them in check pretty good. I think he had under 50 yards rushing.
And I think that same thing's going to happen here. Early in the season, Vic Fangio knows how to game plan to take away a threat like a running threat. You may beat us throwing, but you're not going to beat us running the football, because that's the worst beating of all. Is somebody can run for 150 yards, it makes the night brutal, because they can throw when they want, and it's just a brutal way to lose a football game. And that's the easiest way to lose a football game, is to have somebody rush for 150 yards.
Oh, that's demoralizing for a defense.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, this has been fun. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, I've loved with the smile and the sassy.
Hey,
You're still smiling. Got that big smile on when you knock somebody's head off.
Sticky hands Foley. That's what. No, I appreciate you, man. Really, thank you for coming on with me.
Always good to be with you.
What are you up to these days? If people want to reach out to you, how can they do that?
Well, I'm doing real estate. Some development that my partner and former teammate,
everybody knows who,
Bob Swenson. We've been in land development for a long time, and so we got some land that we're developing up in Erie, and do some real estate with buildings and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome, man. Keep up the great work.
I love keeping busy.
All right, up to you, Matt Boyer. Thanks again, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Steve, for joining us today on Broncos Training Camp Live, powered by Ford. Broncos Country, if you want to catch up on anything that you might have missed from those two Broncos legends down there at 27 Hall of Fame Plaza, you can go to our website, denverbroncos.com, or our Denver Broncos social channels. After today's practice as well, we're going to have the press conferences up there. Jarrell Casey expected to meet the media, so tune in for that. And if you can't go to the website to catch those live, you can always catch up on denverbroncos.com. Again, denverbroncos.com or the Denver Broncos social channels. Tonight, though, the Thrilogy, the conclusion to the three-part series that we've been talking about all training camp long, Super Bowl 50. The rebroadcast will be on Channel 20 locally. It'll be on in Denver, Colorado Springs, and Grand Junction. Check your local listings for that. KOA will also have the simulcast. And then tomorrow, we've been talking about it, the Broncos are going up to Empower Field at Mile High for a special night practice. We will have the coverage on Denver Broncos social channels and denverbroncos.com. Steve will be joined by a special guest. Again, that is 7:30 tomorrow night. So after you get home from work, catch up with us on anything Broncos related. And it's going to be the final practice. So the final practice of Broncos Training Camp Live, powered by Ford. What a treat. That'll do it for us today on Broncos Training Camp Live. Special thanks to Steve Foley, Steve Atwater, Phil Milani, Sidney Jones. I'm Matt Boyer. Thank you so much for watching Broncos Country. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Training Camp Live, powered by Ford, has been brought to you by Betfred, Bud Light Seltzer, Ford, and by USAA.